Okay, first I'm gonna say all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakadash. May the devil honor to others, possible teacher, great Muslim, my line is truth, and I'll say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. And I'm gonna send this on, well, I was just watching this short from this guy named Robert Greene. You may have heard of him, but he wrote a book called The 48 Laws of Power. And something that he mentioned is how people judge by looks. And when you mention this, I thought of niggas, because you got a lot of our people that follow these flashy, Israelite niggers who call themselves Israelites, but in reality they're sheep's and they're wolves in sheep's clothing, ravening wolves looking to take advantage of the Lord's flock. One of the ways doing that is by gathering money to themselves from them. Now, there's a difference between tithes and, I'm doing this for filthy lucre. You got the law with tithes. So to give, 10% for, emergencies to take care of the flock. It was pretty much a pot set up to get, in case, those, it was a welfare system of sorts for those of our people who may have needed it. And the same thing going on now, got tithes, go to the elders because, they put in the work for it. And if you go to like the priests, their job was, to be in attendance of the temple. So it wasn't like they could go out and be, get carpenters or whatnot, be carpenters, because like their job was maintaining the temple and being the attendants of the Lord. So you have tithes set up for them. So it's the difference between that and, just get like paying for breakdowns or giving money. What did them niggas, I think it was ISUBK, they needed money for like some new microphones or some shit like that. So they went to those that followed them to get money for some new, I think it was some type of new equipment. Never mind the fact that they already have money. All these other groups, they have some money. They ain't poor and no shit like that. 150 million net worth. And I know there's ISUBK. Them niggas, they have money. But there's a difference between that, tithes, and just taking advantage of the Lord's people. Like it literally says, buy the truth and sell it not. How do you buy the truth? Going into dedicating your time to to the truth. And it says sell it not. Yahushua beat the shit out of some Pharisees for selling on Passover, if I'm not mistaken. For selling in the temple. So it's clear the Lord doesn't want the truth to be sold. Like you have these pieces of shit that say the game is to be sold and not told. That's the philosophy these niggas abide by. But the Lord, he speaks plainly against that. Freely you have received, freely given. Freely give, I think, roughly paraphrasing. But I also thought about so-called white man. And, it's being revealed because it's being revealed a little bit more that, well, I don't even want to say that. It's all out there, just that our people don't give a fuck. The rest of the heathen know that the so-called white man is a fucking devil. Like, heathen fucking know that. But our people, the most important nation on the planet, don't know that. Which, when you take a look at, the condition of our people, it should be plain to see that so-called white man don't like you. And, with this whole, getting rid of that DEI thing, you've had some Jake that came on TikTok and social media was complaining. And some of them realized that, okay, maybe white people really don't fucking like us. But then you have our people that may not necessarily think that, whether they be just some happy-go-lucky niggas or whether they be niggas with a little bit of money. Say, I haven't personally experienced any of that. But the guy said pretty much people's looks and their actions can be deceiving. He said, the devil doesn't walk around wearing his horns. You know, he walks around concealing his horns. And there's this show called Lucifer. It was some British nigga, or Australian or British looking nigga that played the character. But he was pretty much the guy who was supposed to be the devil in that show, and he was masquerading as this clean-cut, suave individual. You know, tall, dark hair, dark eye, shave, attractive, seductive individual. All the type of character traits that people will look for in a leader and someone to follow. You know, there was this guy, and the so-called and the what? That's indicative, if that's a correct term to use. That's the so-called white man. He presents himself as a suave, intelligent individual. But behind closed doors, these, like, even when you go into like these married niggas and whatnot, a lot of these married Edomites are into cuckolding, swinging. They're into all types of, it's guys that you wouldn't even expect. It's into all types of evil, twisted, fucked up shit. And when you go into the so-called white man like Elon Musk, he presents himself as the tech guy, and a very intelligent dude. I think that nigga, like one of our elder of our camp actually mentioned that nigga's on the fucking spectrum. I'm gonna have to look that up because I remember watching the video. Somebody else said the same. Like, people know there's something wrong with that nigga. But yeah, he and Trump, all Esau in general pushes himself as a good law-abiding citizen who, he just does what he does. He helps the world, he runs things, he's intelligent, he's powerful. But even when you go into how he got that power, how he got this land, people don't really give a fuck about that. How did he get this land and get this power? What are the things that he had to do? He did some twisted, fucked up shit all throughout his history. And especially to our people when he came over here. He did some fucked up, twisted shit to get these roads that are paid for you people, the money that these niggas, that old money that these niggas got. There was some evil shit that was done to acquire everything that the so-called white man has. And behind closed doors, he's an evil piece of shit. Like I said, everybody else knows it, but our people don't. It's John 10:10. The thief cometh not for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I'm come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly. And this is talking about our, niggas of our people, but also, the so-called white man, which, once, I'm going to go to Sirach 2, I think it's 10 and 2, not 2 and 10. Because even when you talk about when something like this may sound like a broken record to a lot of people, because it's the same thing being repeated over and over again. But America, you Babylonians do the same exact fucking thing when it comes to wickedness. When it comes to finance, same thing repeated over and over again. When it comes to holidays, it's the same thing over and over again. When it comes to the way you people live, you talk about the same things repeatedly. The reason why it sounds like a broken record to you people is because you don't like it. It's annoying because you don't like it, but y'all have no problem talking about wickedness day in, day out, all repeatedly. America first, repeatedly. Year after year, make America great again. Y'all have no problem repeating that bullshit. But when the truth comes out, y'all don't like it, which is why it sounds like a broken record. Because it sounds like it's repetitive. When you have somebody that actually enjoys something, it's not going to be annoying. When they talk about when you go into different types of skills, different, these different types of trades and stuff and whatnot. These people who actually enjoy it. It doesn't sound like a broken record to them when they repeat the same thing over and over again. The same concept, the same topics. But you people don't like the truth, which is why it's an annoyance to you. But it's a Sirach 10, and I say that because why? Because when it comes to the so-called white man, like Sirach 10 and 2, we talk about him coming over here. What did he do? He destroyed. Not only did he just destroy, but the scripture talk about how you won't be satisfied with blood. This nigga wants your soul. He wants everything. And he still won't be satisfied. Scriptures refer to him as hell and as death and cannot be satisfied. Sirach 10:2. No, 2 and 10. I'm going to bookmark that one because that's a scripture that I've always had trouble remembering where it was. 2 and 10. Or is it 10 and 12? It's something in 12. 12 and 10. Oh, yeah, Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And the heathen always, when you go read about in our history, the heathen always sought to destroy us. Even, to go as far as to team up to destroy us. Even though they can't stand each other, they can't stand us more. Never trust thine enemy. And like our people, Esau came over here. The Gadites, they trusted this nigga. The rest of our people trust the so-called white man. Especially the Judites got it. Well, Judites, Ephraim, Issachar, they got it real fucking bad when it comes to love for the so-called white man. The same nigga who destroyed and destroys our people on a daily basis. And how do they do that? The whole system that they have set up, it works against if you know about our history and who we are as a people, the lifestyle that the Heavenly Father gave to us. You take a look at how the white man's system, it's set up against us. So you have a lot of our people that don't really understand the Bible, and they'll say, well, how was the system set up against us? I haven't, I've never experienced this type of oppression or racism. Well, when you take a look at how we're supposed to live, and then you take a look at the so-called white man's system, it's set up to fucking destroy us. Mixed fabrics, pork and everything, faggots walking around, women being given power over men. The lifestyle, the culture and the customs that we're not supposed to be taking part in. We're forced to an extent, and for most of our people, they've consented to living the wicked Edomite lifestyle, and that's what keeps us separated from our Creator. That's what keeps us separated from life and keeps us in death. That's one way how this system is set up against our people. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And it's sure, the white man committing wickedness at every turn is a sure thing. It's going to happen. And I remember one of the elders mentioned how if the so-called white man, I think it was other apostles, the Hard, that mentioned if the so-called white man ain't doing wickedness, he going off. What a statement, boy. She said if the white man is doing good and he's not doing wickedness, he's going off. Because this nigga, the white, he's wickedness incarnate. He's a physical incarnation of wickedness. But, he never does any type of good. The so-called good that he does has fucking all types of negative kickbacks. This whole case in point with Trump and his sugar daddy Elon Musk, being put in power. These niggas are taking over the government. Elon Musk is obviously these some low-level niggas, but they're the niggas that the elites has set up. But they're an example of how Trump talked about how he was going to make America great again. And look at what he's doing now, the whole tariffs thing. Tensions they're trying to make peace with Russia, with the whole Ukrainian war. But Vladimir isn't buying any of that shit. Tensions, you have what's the nigga Trump talking about forcibly taking that Gaza Strip. Tensions between America and the heathen nations are escalating no matter what these niggas do. And something that Elon said is how the people voted for a reform in government and they're going to get what they're voted for. He didn't what people wanted was a reform in government that would benefit them and no longer oppress them. But Elon didn't say that. He said they voted for a reform in government. They're going to get that reform. He didn't say what type of reform it was going to be. And as you can see, these niggas are taking over government, getting rid of, niggas. They got the whole thing with that, Fort Knox, the whole gold thing with the gold, because the gold haven't been audited in fucking 50 fucking years, I think. So they're going to check that shit out. You got people talking about how, the gold might not be there. People taking out gold and shit. There's a ton of shit going on. And he's behind all of it. In order, in an effort to, put forth his new world order in which you people are going to be even more, even slaves, even more so than you are now. Because when they bring out that RFID chip, everybody's going to have to get that shit. You're going to, that, and that's him cementing his rulership and his self, what's the correct term? His self-declared godhood over you people. But ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Him wanting to play God and all of you people being his slaves. Once again, he pushes that whole thing of how, every man is created equal, which is, if you take a look, that's not fucking true in any era or in any sense of that phrase. That's literal bullshit pushed all you dumbasses who will believe it. There's niggas who were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and there's niggas who were born poor. There's niggas who were born just to flip fries and push fucking burgers across the damn skillet. There's other people who were born and raised to rule over others. There's niggas who were born to be fucking meat shields and to be landmine checkers. Go walk over there. Let's see how many landmines they put over there. Just go ahead and walk on that damn field. Let's get them landmines out the way. You had niggas that were born just to die. They came out the womb only to go back to the grave a few minutes later. Everybody has their different lot, and everybody isn't equal. Even when you go into Israel, there's different rank. There's different ranks and file. People were, they were born into different families, do different things. That's bullshit. Everybody doesn't create equal. Everybody doesn't get the same rights. Queen Bitch. What's that bitch name? Elizabeth Queen Bitch. If she was speeding, do you think that the cops will fucking stop her or give her a ticket? They wouldn't. But you speed, they'll drag your ass out through the damn back of they'll wrap a damn Batman hook around your fucking neck and drag your ass out the back of the car and kick your ass and then give you a ticket. That's exaggerated, obviously, but you already know how that shit goes, especially when it comes to Jake. So every man isn't created equal. Like, what's that 3/5 of a human? And correct me if I'm wrong, but they haven't changed that and officially stated that the so-called black man is an entire human, is an entire man. No, you niggas are still 3/5 of man. Which is why, an Edomite that's making the same amount of money as a Jake can live better. You get better interest rates, better credit card. He has a better quality of life. Maybe that might not be so now because, you got the curses that are hitting, all these other nations. But there is a point in this country where that was the truth. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. And when you take a clearer look at this nigga, at his track record, you'll realize that he's walking around in these expensive suits, but he's an evil, twisted piece of shit. Their history is a fucking prime example of that. Even when you go into these different high positions of government, and nepotism runs fucking rampant in these different fields. When it comes to sports, you have nepotism. This has sense about who you know, not what you know. Why? It's because who you know can get you into different positions of power, regardless of whether or not you have the type of the skill. And a lot of these niggas are related. And they may be related through blood, or they may a friend of a family. But they won't tell you that. It's a big club and you ain't in it. You heard that before. What the fuck does that mean? All these niggas they know each other. They know a friend of they know somebody. They got them into that position. Kamala Harris, come catching Kamala Harris is another example. Before she got to her position, she was a fucking she was a sugar. I was about for a second for some odd ass reason, flash in my head that she was a Jake, but she's a fucking Elamite. I think if I'm correct, remember correctly, she's an Edomite. But she was a sugar baby to rich political white man figures before she got to where she is. And even when you go into the whole how she became a running president, how did she get there? Joe Biden dropped out and she was next in line. It doesn't matter if if you listen to her talk, she's a fucking idiot. Now I know she's old news, but these are just examples. She's a fucking moron. But this bitch was in the running to be leader of the free world. And everybody knew she wasn't fucking qualified. Everybody who has a fucking brain. She ain't really want to do that shit out anyway. But no skill. No skill to be a leader. You can go to college all you fucking want. You just educated in something. That don't mean you have the qualities of a leader. You have the temperance to actually lead some shit. And you can be taught to be a leader. What kings are made, they're not born. You have to be taught how to do certain things. But she was a fucking idiot. I take that back because they knew Yahushua was a king of Israel. Partly true, partly false, that statement. But I hope you get what I mean. You got a lot of these people. They've gotten in these positions. They've gotten in these positions for because they know somebody or they're blood related to somebody. Nepotism. But when you and the reason why I mention that, because why? When you really take a look into all these people, they're evil. They're complete fucking evil. Obama, right? I was just talking to somebody last night. And she mentioned how I guess people are really starting to dig into how Obama isn't actually a citizen of this country. It was 10 years too fucking late. But Obama, and you take a look at Obama, well-spoken, excellent orator. The first black president, which he's a fucking Hamite, which people were starting to fucking realize that the nigga isn't like fucking morons. It's way too damn late. The nigga already done this fucking damage. But you take when the average person takes a close look, they realize that they've been fucking hoodwinked, bamboozled, tricked, led astray. And it's like that with all of these niggas. Elon Musk, same fucking thing. Trump, all these Rothschilds, Queen, the late Queen bitch, all of them. What's that? I think Meghan Markle. She same fucking thing. All of these niggas, all your celebrities, even when you go into Israelites who call them niggas who call themselves Israelites, same thing. Niggas got all types of fucked up skeletons in their closet. All types of evil shit going on behind the scenes. But mainly when you go on the Esau, what? That's why, the prophets, going in on various different topics, in Esau as well, because this nigga means nothing but harm. The scripture said, he does evil to himself, to whom will he be good? The so-called white man they don't give a fuck about any of each other. They don't. They have they don't give a fuck about any of each other. So how much more so anybody who doesn't look like them? But going to Jacob's trouble, our people are gonna have to learn that the hard way. But hope is edifying. Say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Dash. The ones elders, possible teacher, great Muslim, brother, and shoot, shalom to I'm gonna go verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or such as come nigh wild beasts? It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent? Bitten with the serpent. If you're fucking with a wild animal and it tears your fucking, just like that crocodile hunter nigga. Nobody gave a fuck that nigga was taken out. They said, well, I think people were waiting for that nigga to get taken out. Timothy Treadwell is another one. Bear Boy. I think it was for 11 or 15 years, he was the bear whisperer. Until that one time, that bear beat his ass. Tore that nigga a new one. That bear whooped that nigga's ass. And then he ate his bitch of a girlfriend. But that bear fucked that nigga all the way up and gave him a smooth ride into the spirit realm. But he thought he was good because he got away for like over a decade of talking to bears. It's the same thing like that with you niggas with the so-called white man. Y'all may have money, y'all may have these different positions, you have prestige, you have experience, you have connections. But that doesn't change the fact that you're going back and forth with a fucking snake. And what does a snake do? A snake will bite you. It may be sooner, it may be later. But as sure as the sun rises in the morning, a snake, sure as iron rusts, a snake is going to fucking bite you. But, say all praises going on to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Dash, Double, Elders, Positive Teacher, Great Muslim, following the truth, Shalom to hopefully like Israel, Instruction, Battle on Great America.